AMTD today, between 2.5 and 5,000 shares. I got it from kind of 750 on the way up. Actually, my first entry was 760, so I'm able to trade it really well. Hey, Captain Kirk, 77% up on the day. That's about the same as what I did yesterday. It was a good day for trading yesterday. So AMTD is the parent for HKD. So the big one, big newsworthy story over the last couple of days has been HKD, which is AMTD Digital. This is the parent company, which is AMTD Idea Group, and this is this owns the larger portion of HKD. But HKD, which is AMTD Digital, this is also up on the day as well. So currently up at $900. Low liquidity, low liquidity. You can't trade that. You're gambling if you're trading that now. It's just too risky. But we've got a double top here right now on the 1 minute. Well, across the board, 2 minutes something. So I'm kind of a little bit wary of this one moving right now. Which one, HKD or AMTD? So this is AMTD Idea Group, not to be confused with AMTD Digital. They are connected, and this is why this is running up, because of the big run up from HKD Digital over the last week or so. Hey Alphabet, good to see you. All right, let's get this. Also, just waiting. Let's get the. A little bit. That's better. That'll do. Okay, let's have a look. A huge day for the top movers yesterday. Another big day on the. No, you don't pay higher fees trading pre-market. What time did I catch AMT? My first entry. I'll tell you exactly. My first entry on AMTD was 7:32. Got in at 7:60. 5,000 shares. Then I added to that position up to 10,000 shares that moved up, and I took some profit off, and so you can see the entries and exits here. So what are your opinions on spread betting? That it's exactly that, spread betting. No, I'm not doing a stop loss. Stop losses don't work pre-market. So that's the problem with stop losses, because essentially what a stop loss is it's a panic market order. It basically says every one of my shares, I want you to liquidate my position, sell all of my shares at the best possible rate. And it's a market order essentially, and market orders don't work. You can't execute market orders pre-market, which is why all of my hotkeys and hot buttons are limit orders based on either the bid or the ask. Spread betting, Juan, is exactly that. It's betting, it's gambling. You get really crap spreads. You get poor execution, poor fills, and the house makes money on the spreads. So I'm just waiting on an entry here. I'm a little conscious that the current high of day is 890, which is very close to the whole dollar. So I'll probably wait for. Yeah, so this is the 30k margin account. Absolutely. Well, it's not 30k today. It's 51k today after yesterday's run. So we've got a 50k margin account. Yes. That's the case on all stocks. So spread betting, the whole point of spread betting is any gambling of any kind with any bookmaker or anything. The odds are in the bookmaker's favor. The odds are always in the bookmaker's favor, and they earn money on the spreads. So you get wider spreads, even though high liquid stocks. If you look at Tesla right now, for example. The spreads on Tesla, I'm getting direct market access, and the spreads on Tesla right now are 35 cents. Anywhere between 60 cents at the moment. So 60 cents. Whereas if you go to a spread betting company, I'm getting Tesla at 60 cent spreads. They'll probably give you a Tesla at a 90 cent spread. So they'll probably put an extra 50% on the spread, or even double the spread, so that they make money within the spreads themselves. Back to AMTD, the big mover on the day, over 300% up already. I got this bull flag breakout here, so I'm allowed to trade from 7:30, and it just moved up. And then it pulled back, and what's known as a bull flag. This is your flag pole, and this is, I'll zoom in so you can actually see what's going on here. So this is your flag pole, then you get the flag formation here. So the next candle make a new high was this one, and we got in, and we were able to take some profits there, ride it up, take profits, add the position on the bounce, take profits on the way up, come back down, re-enter, take profits, got in there. After it had pulled back, got in there and took profits up here. Again, as it pulled back, got in, it moved up and then started to pull back, so we exited. So we've just broke $9. So I'm just going to take the position there for the break of the whole dollar. I took 5,000 shares. Take some more off. Just increased my size. I'm scaling in, I'm sizing in, I've increased my size, and just took a little bit of profit off there. This may well start pulling back now, so my average entry is 930. I'll get out if it breaks 930. The $half level, broke the $half level. 7,500 shares. I'm just going to take a little bit off there, so I'm still 5,000 shares, but we're now up to 5,800 on the day. Get out there. Big pullback. We've got the devil horns there, which is an exit, which is a reversal indicator. Bit of a pullback. Don't mind this. It might only pull back a little while. It might actually fill that wick. But I'll just get out there because I'm just locking in the gains, being very cautious. So HKD, Captain Kirk, probably not worth trading right now. It's up at 900s, extremely volatile, very low flow, very low volume, very low liquidity. And the spreads on this are currently $135 between the bid and the ask. So way too risky in my book. If this pulled back a little bit, we can always get back in if it moves up. $6,000 to start. It's not a bad start to the day. That snoring, by the way, is not me. It is my hairy dragon, my chow chow. So I'm a little bit slow out of the. I don't know what I was doing with this stream. I was fixing my thing, but I was a little bbit slow pulling the trigger on here. I should have really got in at 880. Well, 875. The break of the $0.75 dollar, so the move up. Should have got in. I could have made an extra 30 cents on that move up, which 5,000 shares would have been an extra 1,500 bucks or something. Yeah, absolutely here for stocks and not bids. Volatility's back, baby. We've got momentum back in the markets. This is what it was like all last year, and it was hot market. This is what I call hot market, what I consider hot market conditions, where you've not just got one. I mean, this is up 350, 360% pre-market, on the back of the momentum from its sister company Amtd Digital, so which is HKD is the ticker of Amtd Digital, and we all know how that ran up. So getting in on this early is going to be interesting. Could this run up the same way as Amtd Digital ran up? Amtd Digital started last week at $13. Started on the 15th of July when it IPO'd or merged, whatever it was. It's a SPAC merger. It started at $13 and it's now up at $900. Go figure. And the largest, the biggest share owner of HKD, which is AMT Digital Inc., is Amtd Ideas Group. And I'm not taking huge leverage. I'm not taking huge positions. It's not like I'm taking massive positions. I've got a $50,000 equity position today on my account. A $5,000 share position. This is less than what I'm holding in equity. So not huge positions right now. We've got Revlon is up almost 10%. So we've got AMTD is the big mover today. We've got 36KR Holdings, which is a smaller price stock, lower price stock, but that's moving up as well. I'm not seeing a catalyst for it, but it's up quite substantially at like nearly 70%. Well, it was 70% a little bit earlier. Got HKD up, of course, which is sister company to AMTD Ideas. This is AMTD Digital. We've got Virex Biolabs. Continuation from yesterday, potentially expected. It was up quite substantially. It was up over $16 already pre-market. Below the VWAP, pulling back right now, but as the bell comes in, there's no reason why this might pop further. Getty Images is low volume, but already up 19-20%, and has been up as high as 45 on the 44.98 is the pre-market high. Pagaya, it's been good to us this last couple of weeks as Pagaya, and Pagaya 31.44, so it's held its gains from yesterday. High of day yesterday, or in fact all-time highs, was 32.70, so 31.44 as we're heading into the open. Pagaya is one to watch as well. What else have we got? Qrteb retail yesterday, it's held most of its gains. It's slightly, well, it's held all its gains from yesterday, and is slightly up, so it's 3% up on the day. So again, another momentum stock from yesterday that potentially could continue. Now, AMT just popped while I was looking at all the other stocks, and now I have to wait for an entry. So 950 would have been a cracking entry there. It broke high, so 950, the break of the $0.50 and the move up. Now we're over $10, and I need to find a safe entry. Pull back. Didn't get filled. Damn. I got filled that time. And then that's always a problem with trading pre-market as well, as the low liquidity means that sometimes you don't get filled when you're pressing limit orders. It just skips past you, particularly if it's a high, fast-moving stock like this. I'm going to take some off there, and that was slow to get filled as well. Okay, so that pulled back to break even, so I just got off for break even. I just made it a couple of $100 there. All right, so now I've got a pullback that we can actually use. The micro pullback, which I basically just scalped, and now we've actually got a pullback that we can use. Take some profit. Always locking in profits along the way. Back down to $11. I want to see it bounce at $11. That's break even. So we just made another couple of K on that. Hey Ian, how you doing? And we've still got an hour before the market opens. Pull back below 11. This is definitely the big one today. It's already 430% up on the day. 450% by the time it gets back to the highs. High of that one is 1130. Now, last week I said I'm not going to trade pre-market anymore because I was losing money. Well, this is why I trade pre-market. When you do get a runner, sometimes they are just, well, savage is probably the best description. 1122. Not giving signals. Don't follow me blindly, guys. Just remember that regardless of where you're watching this, whether it be TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, or even on Twitter, there is a latency on the stream. I think it's at least 30 seconds. So if there's a latency on the stream, I've already acted by the time you're seeing it. Hey Alistair, you back home? Well, you're just in time for a bit of a bull flag formation. On the 1 minute. Two. That's a beautiful bull flag. That's a textbook bull flag breakout there. Just lock some gains in and scaling the size. So I've increased the size, locking some gains in. Oh, lovely. Lock a bit more in there. We're up to 9,000 on the day so far, guys. This is a lovely, lovely. We're buying it, we're trading it, Ladybug. We just got in for that lovely bull flag breakout there. Textbook stuff. I'm holding the rest of this. My entry is 54, so I've got a nice cushion on this right now. If it comes back and breaks a new low, we can get out. First candle to break a new low, we exit. There's the new low. So, what's the catalyst? So, Alex, this AMTD idea group is trading in sympathy with AMTD Digital. You might not recognize AMTD Digital because AMTD Digital goes under the ticker HKD. Now, HKD has moved up from $13 a couple of weeks ago to over $900 right now. And but the big difference is that HKD, so I'll show you HKD and I'll show you the daily chart. So the daily chart on HKD has gone from $13 all the way up to $900. And the problem with HKD, I would say, is the lack of volume on these big moves. Whereas if you go on the 15-minute chart, you can see like 7, 21 on a 15-minute candle. It's like less than 30,000. Not a single candle yesterday was over 30,000 in terms of shares traded yesterday. Whereas you come back to AMTD and we're talking millions of shares traded on the 15 minutes. So it's a big difference. There's a lot more liquidity. There's a lot more volume on AMTD. So I'm more comfortable trading this than I ever was trading HKD. Now I did trade HKD last Friday and I managed to take 10K off the big move up. I got a lovely bull flag breakout, and I was in quick and simple, and managed to get 10,000 off it. Now I'm almost 10,000 on this now, 9,500 on this, trading this up. My first entry was this morning was 760. It's now up at $11. So while this is pulling back, I'm just going to get myself some water. And I didn't miss a trip. Hey Dunkers, good morning to you as well. Got an hour before the market opens. Time for quick comfort break. Oh, missed that little. These bull flags are all over everywhere. They're breaking out so clean. That was a good 50-cent move up. Well, a good dollar move up. So the high of that one would have been 53. So getting at 55, say, all the way up to 50. So it's a good 95-cent move there. I hope someone caught it while I was having a comfort break. But also, you can see this got rejected at the $0.50 there now. So the resistance level up at the $0.50, and it flushed all the way back down to 11.25 or 11.30. So that's a good 80-cent move to the downside. So you just got to be careful. You've got to maintain a level of risk management on this. The spreads are, about 10 cents. Between 5 and 10 cents. So it's not quite that bad as some of the other stocks we've been trading recently. I mean, nearly 500% up on the day. And we're not. Hey, Thomas. $500%. It's moved up 500% in pretty much the 8-hour session, pretty much, and we're still going. I'm just going to size down a bit now. Wait for a nice entry, which currently is 12.40. I'm going to wait for the break of the $0.50. What do I believe will happen at the bell with this? I think you'll see high volatility with it. You probably get, to start off with, you'll probably get a massive dip, and then because people will take profits, and then a rip, and then you'll see a lot of volatility up and down, some big swings both ways, but ultimately I can see this making big moves. Water didn't get filled then. Taking a small position here, a smaller position for the move up to the $13. Not going to add to it. I'm just going to hold this position for a little while. See if we can get up to $13.25, $13.50. When I then do add to it, I'm effectively buying at a discount. It's very extended, guys, so just be careful if you're thinking of getting in. Make sure you get in on a pullback. Did it go to 25? I don't see why not. It's gone from a little over $2 to 13. This is over 500% up on the day. Closed out yesterday at 208, just to put it into context. So a little bit of a pullback at the $0.50. Our entry is 1270, so I've got massive cushion on this right now. I'm just holding this 2,500 shares because if we get up to 14 and I want the next pullback, I'm gonna, instead of getting an entry on it, I've already got an entry in. So the next pullback I can actually scale in and add to my position at a discount. What I mean by that is it's adding to my position at whatever the pullback level is. But because I've already got a position, it averages in between. So if I add 2,500 to double up my size, I'll be doubling my position, but I'll only be moving up my my average cost. So here we go. Wow. So I'm waiting for a pullback. This is not so much a pullback as a unicorn wick. These up wicks are usually a reversal sign. Well, I will now exit this position on the first candle to make a new high if this pulls all, make a new low if this pulls all the way back towards $13. 1390 is the high on this. This is the first 5-minute red candle. Now getting a move up. Add to the position for, let's say, it's a bit of a discount. My average is now 1341, so it needs to stay above 1350. Okay, I lost a little bit there. Wasn't quick enough to first candle to make a new low. Should have got out at 13.50. I was a little slow to the trigger. That's okay. We like these pullbacks, consolidatory pullbacks. Yeah, so this is over 500% up, 550% up on the day. Huge gains. These parabolic movers, though, they're just mental when they start moving. Pulling back. I don't think it's done, Alex. I think it's just having a bit of a breather. This is the first red candle since $8. So we've had a $6 move up without a breather on the 5 minute, that is. The first red candle on the 5 minute since $8. So we're having a little bit of a breather, and that's fine. A little bit of a pullback. When it goes parabolic upwards like that and huge volume, you've got to expect that there will be a moment that it starts to pull back. Do I think it will hold till lunchtime, till 12 lunch? Hold what? That's the question. Where do you want it to hold? What maybe decide to keep trading pre-market? Just the volatility. On Friday, the market just saw so much volatility, and but it came later in the day. Whereas yesterday we started to see some volatility pre-market, and that's why I traded yesterday. I actually lost money with Tough Built pre-market yesterday, but today this was already up over 200% when I started trading it. So I was kind of itching to get in on it, waiting for my broker to open trading. Do I think it will hold above 12 until lunchtime? I think it'll go above 15 before the bell at this rate. It shows no signs of slowing down right now. Having a little bit of a consolidation period, but the strength on it is fantastic. The moves are quite, the ranges on the moves are quite volatile. If you're trying to get in this after the bell with trailing stops, you're not going to get much change out of a 30-40 cent trail. You're probably going to have to go on with 50 cents. So you're going to have to make that, if it continues with this kind of volatility, you're going to have to factor in that to your risk management. It's not a pair, Tashi. We don't do Forex on this channel. This is Amtd Ideas Group. It's a stock. Stock. It's listed on the Nasdaq. You're enjoying the dash trader now, Ian? No problem at all, Tashi. You managed to get it all configured and everything else, Ian? looking at the 5 minute, 20, 2 minute, 1320. Yeah, so 1320. Well, let me know if you need any help, buddy. It's down at 12s now. It's pulled all the way back to 12s. Just how much this has moved. The volume weighted average price is $9.50 on this. So well, I've got a hotkey file in the Discord if you want it. Just check it out. You can download the hotkey file, and you open it. If you open it with Notepad, you can see what the keys are and everything else. If you go in the Dash Trader section, in the student section, Ian, there's a lot of stuff there that I've already put in there in terms of configuring the Dash Trader. I don't mind this pullback. It's a heavy pullback, but I don't mind it. My goodness, Duo, how's that reared its ugly head? That just popped up from nowhere from a long time ago. This I remember trading this ages and ages ago. That's pulling back a little. Pulling back to, we're now just pulled back. We're now 400% up on the day. $12 is really the has to get back over $12 now. Now, what else is moving big? Intelligent Living. Yeah, they popped up. Up at over $3 a few minutes ago, or an hour ago. We've got 45 minutes to the bell. We've just given a little bit back off the top, but that's kind of normal. There we go. Making moves back up again. But I got him for the bounce here. 11.65 maybe. I'm waiting for the break of 12. We've got 5,000 shares. Cheers, Kareem. Our average cost is 12.08. So first candle break a new low, we exit. That's what we did there. We're slowly and steadily giving our gains back to the market, so we need to be careful now. I wouldn't say head and shoulders. There isn't a head and shoulders there, but if it gets down to here, kind of $11. If it breaks 11.50, then definitely. It gets what was the high of this? 12.30. So if it gets above 12.30 on this next run, it kind of breaks the head and shoulders pattern. So we're looking at possibly 12.50 as a key level. But it was that's a good call out though. Stocks to vids, stocks not vids. Oh guys, come on! I'm not even. What have we got? 40 minutes to the open. Not even 1,000 likes on the chat yet. So I think you're doing me dirty. We're having a good day. We're watching some good action. We're getting some good action, and nobody's liking the stream. So come on, guys. You know the rules. At least 10 taps when you come into the chat. That's just a courtesy. Just helps with the algorithm. We've not even got 1,000 likes, and we're over an hour in. It's like, well, nearly an hour in. So it's like insulting. That's better. Poor dog will never get a treat at this rate. Oh, I've just seen a notification from some other trading streamers. They're all on this. They're all watching it. Probably unload. Someone probably unloaded a bit of size up there at $14, but it could be better, St. George. I was up at 9,500. Did I get over 10,000? I think I did. I got over 10,000 at one stage this morning. I think I did. I'll have to watch that back just to find out. Now we're talking head and shoulders. It'll probably come back and bounce on the VWAP now. So there's one shoulder, there's your head, there's another shoulder. This is typically bearish, and usually moves down when you get this pattern. It's usually very reliable. It's over to 80% reliable. So definitely not worth going long on it right now. And whilst it is shortable, strength of it above the VWAP as well. We're what, 420% up on the day. We'll watch this pattern work its way out. Austin Tech moving up. Another small price stock. interest having a good day today? Going to be watching Pagaya again later when we get some volume in. I'll be watching Virax, see if that has another run up. I'll be watching Revlon again. It's held most of its gains from yesterday. And I'll be watching maybe Tough Built, possibly Geovax. That's kind of just trading sideways at the minute. We'll be watching Qrteb. Retail is definitely sideways. It's pretty much level on the day. S&P 500. Put it on the 15-minute. So S&P 500 is currently slightly down on the day, 70 basis points. So 407s. It was down yesterday slightly as well. Yesterday was very kind of choppy sideways. It was ever so slightly down at the close yesterday, but it closed very close to even. The Russell index, it's 59 basis points, as is the Dow Jones. The Nasdaq, 95 basis points down. Now, there is some earnings today as well. So we've got earnings today that coming out before. We've got Tuesday today. Caterpillar, BP, Uber, SunPower, Ferrari, JetBlue. I think JetBlue's earnings have already been out. They're absolutely shocking. But after hours, we've got. I'll pull this up and I'll show it to you guys. Why not? Okay, so this is the earnings today. We've got after hours AMD, Starbucks, Gilead, EA, PayPal, Oxy, SoFi, Airbnb. So it's a big earnings evening this evening after hours. Big names this morning before the market opens: Caterpillar, DuPont, Uber, BP, SunPower, JetBlue, etc. So you can see that. Tomorrow's another big day. We've got Moderna, we've got eBay, Robinhood, Western Union. So there's another big earnings. Thursday, we've got Alibaba, Eli Lilly, some decent names, Dropbox, on Friday, DraftKings, Goodyear. So this week's another interesting week in terms of earnings. Just keep an eye on the earnings because bad earnings from a big company, big float company, bad earnings can affect the wider market. What platform am I using, Scotty? Well, I'm using Dash Trader Pro. And Rovsky, what do you mean? Which website? Where I'm getting the earnings from? Benzinga. I get most of my information, most of my data from Benzinga. It's great. There's a link in my link tree to Benzinga. So I get calendars with all the earnings. There's a lot more earnings going. Those are just the biggest notable names. There's a lot more earnings taking place today and this week than is on that little graphic. But I've got calendars from Benzinga that give me the earnings, give me the IPOs as well, listings, etc. Real-time news feed. Scanners, what you're seeing in the middle of the screen there on TikTok, it's on the left of the screen on Twitch and YouTube, etc. What you're seeing there is Benzinga scanners, so it's Benzinga Pro, and these scanners, you can see two of them on you've got the gap scanner, the movers, and the momentum scanner. So you've got 2 of them on TikTok. You've got 3 of them on. You've got the surging scanners as well on YouTube and Twitch. But I've also got the rolling news, real-time rolling news. I've got real-time signals in terms of price action. So that tells me when there's a price spike in a particular stock, volatility halts or resumptions, high of day. I can figure it how I want, what data I want it to show me. So what was a head and shoulders is potentially now could be a double bottom, which is bullish. We're looking at 1230. KRKR, yeah, got that one on the watch list. KRKR 224. This is 36 KR holdings. I've not seen a catalyst for this. It's been moving up all morning. It's 75% up, which normally on any other day we'll be saying, wow, 75% up, why are we not on it? And the simple answer is it's being paled into insignificance based on the 500% move, 600% move of Amtd. So I'm not seeing any particular big catalyst on this one, other than analyst ratings from yesterday. HKD hasn't moved. The problem that the HKD has right now, you'll put $900 with a spread of $54, $154. So 750 is on the bid and 875 on the ask. That's what AMT Digital is right now, this HKD. So with a spread of $150, who's going to buy it? Because if you buy it at 870, it's got to reach all-time highs just for you to break even. I'm kind of leaning towards the red side as well myself. I think it's going to be another choppy sideways day today, Scott. The earnings that are out today, I don't think are going to move the needle too much. I think you'll see flipping green and red throughout the course of the day, and ultimately finish within within 50 basis points of the close from yesterday. I don't think you'll see any particularly bullish or bearish action on the SPY today. I think it's just going to be very sideways and choppy like it was yesterday. What's the best platform to determine volume? Well, I'm using the volume histograms here on my trading platform. So whatever you're trading with, you should have a volume indicator that you just put on your chart. So whatever you're charting with, just add the volume indicator as well, Michael. So I'm looking for I'm going to stay above my daily goal. Can't believe I've given 4 grand back, 4.5 grand back. But we'll see. Pretty sure that this is going to move one way or the other after the bell. So guys, is there a particular stock other than AMTD, which I think we're all watching, just the sheer volatility of it? Do any of you guys have a particular stock that you're watching today? Just trying to hold the $11 level. Clearly a level at $11. Really? Okay. It was a big movie yesterday. Oh, what was the ticker for TripAdvisor yesterday? It was LT. Is it PB or BP? I think it was either. It was PB because the Class B stocks, aren't they? So okay, so there's no volume at all. But if you put it on this 15-minute, you'll see where we're going with this. Do you know what? It's probably worth a watch. Not likely to trade it, but it'd be interesting to keep an eye on it. We've got volatility for sure, guys. Tesla, let's have a look at Tesla. I had a quick look at them earlier, but put it on the 15. Slightly down on the day, but Tesla was, yeah, very similar pattern, a little bit more pronounced as the SPY. So slightly down on the day. 1.3. The SPY is half that. So Tesla's 1.3%, the SPY's 0.64%. So it's just a little bit more pronounced. The Nasdaq, very similar pattern. So the markets are slightly down, but I don't expect them to stay down all day. I think they'll cross that green line a couple of times today and be very sideways and across the board. So Qrteb, very sideways since yesterday's close. Now we traded this yesterday. We got a lot out of this yesterday, and we gave almost half back. So we were about 20,000 up on this yesterday, and we finished 11,000 up. So we gave $9,000 back towards the end of the day. I was just basically overtrade. So when you spend too long in front of the screen, there's always a risk of overtrading. And I got $20,000 up, and then in the last hour of the market, I gave $9,000 back on this. I made another $2,500 on Revlon, so it wasn't, it kind of sweetened the deal a little bit, but I was kicking myself. I was when I was up 29,000 on the day, I should have just basically locked my montage at that point. So I effectively would have doubled my equity in one day. 100% gains. But I gave 9,000 back. But still, 29,000, just shy of $30,000 equity position to get over $21,000 in gains on that on a single day is a phenomenal achievement. It's over 60% gains on a single day, close to 70% gains. So that's a phenomenal achievement from yesterday. Just shows what the volatility is like at the moment. We've got 700 likes to get before I can treat the dog. So that's up to you guys if you want the dog to get a treat. Do you remember ISPO? Yeah, can I have a look at Uber? We've got earnings this week. So Uber, is it this morning that Uber's earnings are out? Yes, this morning. So on the back of this morning's earnings, Uber's up. Uber's up 12.5%. It's up about 15% at its peak, but it's up at 27.70s shiggles. Cheers, Adrock. Let's have a look at Prosperity. 15. Nothing's traded. There's been no trades remarkable out of hours. But Prosperity Bank share. I don't know why you're looking at that. Steady gains over the last while. Are we moving back up now? We're finished. $12 still the still the magic number. We've got 20 minutes, 22 minutes to the bell. Yeah, what I found with Qrteb yesterday was that the halt pattern was actually a double bottom, and I didn't. When I was in it, I didn't actually see it until it was ready to break out. So I was able to hold it, and we got a huge move up for the breakout of the double bottom. I'll see if I can show you that on the 5 minute. Where was it? Qrteb. Can we see this from yesterday? Probably not really. And there we go. Here we go. So you can see here. This is a lovely, we've got all these volatility halts here yesterday from Qrteb Retail. Halt up, gapped up, halt up, gapped up, halt up, gapped up. Another halt up, gap down. Halt up, sideways, halt down, gap down, halt down. Then it kind of sideways, slight gap down, and move up. Then it halted up, gap down, halt down, gap down. On this one, is when I noticed actually this is a double bottom pattern, but for the gaps with the halts, this is a lovely double bottom pattern. And I got in here as well, actually added to my position before the halt for the halt up, and brought it up. So that was those patterns. When it pulled back, I was out of the position when it started pulling back here, but another halt down and then gap up. So it was just mad. Yes, the volatility on this yesterday was absolute mental, and it's still up there at $17 right now. So it's one to watch. Okay, so Austin Tech is currently $228. It's 27% up on the day. It's kind of looking very sideways. It moved up after hours yesterday, and it's been moving kind of sideways since. I mean, it's right on the VWAP. So just, if you're trading it, watch for the volume to come in 20 minutes. That's probably what you've got to be waiting for, that one, for it to move again. There's a couple of good volume bars on the way up here, but it's low volume at the minute, so just wait for the volume to come in and get a good entry. Amtd Digital's now pulling back to the VWAP. That's what I was waiting for, is maybe a bounce on the VWAP for a continued move back up. We'll see. Don't mind this consolidatory pullback, even break the VWAP and then launch out of the blocks on at the bell. The buying dips was great yesterday, but you had to be trailing stocks worked fantastically on that yesterday. The simple fact that when it started to pull back, it had stopped you out before it halted. So there was some big moves down, but you got stopped out. You were using a trailing stop. It stopped you out before it went into a downwards halt. Because a couple of times it went into a downwards halt. I'm like, I'm glad I wasn't. I'm glad I got stopped out, because it gapped down like $3. And I was thinking, I had 5,000 shares and it gaps down $3. I'm 15 grand out of pocket straight away. Yeah, Amtd Digital is. Let's have a look at Amtd Digital. So the spreads are narrowing now on Amtd Digital. So we're $68 is the spread now. So that's there's not really been any action as such. 7,000 shares traded all session. It's a low, but we're seeing a bit more tighter spreads. That's what we're looking for. Now, Amtd Ideas Group, which is what we've been trading today, is getting close to the VWAP. We've got 17 minutes to the bell. 16 minutes to the bell nearly. Interesting day so far, and we've not even, the market hasn't even opened. Just be careful what you trade today, guys. I think there's going to be huge volatility. Just look for the volume if possible. Revlon, make him move up. No, make him move down. Did move up. That's what hit the scanners. I wasn't quick. I didn't notice it on the scanners quickly enough, so it moved up to 930s. 930 exactly. Hard rejection. Trading sideways at the minute. 60-70 cent range. The guy is slightly up, no volume, but one to watch. Qrteb down on the day, but it's held most of its gains from yesterday, so again another one, watch for a continuation. Tough build up at 820s, considering that this is extremely heavily shorted. This breaks yesterday's high, which was 959. You could potentially see it squeezing up even further. Geovax have massive highs in this session already. We've been up as high as 475 with Geovax. This on the 15th. Been as high as 475 today already, and that's huge gains for Geovax as well over the last week or so. No problem, Moose. Do I keep trading after the stream, Dunkers? Yes. Yes, if there's opportunities, then that's great, Penn State. That's fantastic. If there's opportunity to, what I normally do is I finish the stream, I take the dog for a walk. That's my break, because I've already been trading pre-market for a couple of hours. So it's like 2.5 hours of trading constantly, along with the streaming and waffling out, you know, spilling all the crap out of my mouth. So I take my break. I'm usually away from my desk for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and then I come back and I have a look what's moving. If there's anything moving, I might trade again. If not, then I'll just come back to the. I'll do whatever I'm doing, and I'll come back to my screen periodically, say every hour or so, just to check on the market. Yeah, so QNRX, which is Quoin Pharmaceutical, is having another little go, another little pop. The volume kind of died out. It's come back in now, so this is now interesting. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Coin, maybe. So yesterday, Quoin Pharmaceuticals announced receipt of a constructive scientific advice from EMA for development in Europe. So I don't know if that's didn't really do much yesterday. Look at this on the 15-minute. Very strange. Literal pennies. Must have been a stock split, and then move up. Was there a stock split here? Yeah, 1 to 12.5 reverse split. So that's what happened there. It was a reverse split, and then it's just having a bit of a pop today. So we're getting a bit of a narrowing wedge here, a narrowing triangle. Look at this from yesterday's highs into the pre-market. Be interesting to see which way that breaks. HKD's not. Oh, it's got a little bit of movement now. So what's the $69 is the spread. Qrteb retail, $33 is the spread. 33 cents, sorry, not $33 on this one. 33 cents on Qrteb is the spread on that as well. So just be careful with the spreads. My spread might be a little bit narrower than yours because I've got direct market access, whereas if you're going through a broker that they're getting payment for order flow or something, you might have slightly wider spreads. So just make sure that you check the spreads as well. I'll have a look at that one for you. United Maritime. Oh, I don't know about that. Heating up, I don't know. On the 15, it's not looking very good. No, I can't see any pattern there at all on the on United Maritime right now. But if you know something I don't, let me know, Kareem. United Maritime did no trade there for me. See, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. This has moved up from. Let's put this into context. Let's put this on the 15-minute. So we've had this move up from $2, just over $2, all the way up to over $14. Okay. Now we're pulling back, and we've not even got back to the VWAP. So we're consolidating. We've got 10 minutes before the bell. So I don't mind this at all. We're a bit of a consolidation. It's not so far extended. So back to the 1 minute, we'll put it on the 5 minute, you'll be able to see it's not so far extent. You've got the VWAP, which is currently at 989. So the fact that we're pulling back and we're staying above 1050, I did say up here that it probably, once it broke this head and shoulders, this head and shoulders here, that we'll probably pull back all the way to the VWAP. I expected it to do it a lot quicker than it has, but it pretty much has pulled back to the VWAP. It's bounced it on the whole dollar, and now it's starting to move up again. So $11 is key. $11 has been a key level in terms of both support here, and across the board. So we need to break above $11, and maybe this is a double bottom, I don't know, but if we break above $11 with a bit of volume, you could see it have another go and another rip. So if you're holding the position, then you should have got out up. But when someone mentioned the head and shoulders, you should have got out at 11 at the absolute latest. But look, I don't think it's done by a long stretch. Will it go back up to $14.5, $15? It possibly could. It depends on the volatility. Oh yeah, I'm watching Pagaya. It's no volume at the moment, so there's no trades at the moment, but I'm watching. It's held most of its gains from yesterday. It's gapping up from yesterday ever so slightly. Yeah, I'm just holding my position right now as well. Revlon is Revlon's looking, it's sideways choppy at the moment, but it's looking like it could do something today. What else have we got? Innovis. I've not looked at that one yet. Interesting. This popped up. What did this pop up on? This is 25% up on the day. So normally if it's above kind of 14-15% gapping up, I'll be looking at it for a gap and go, potential gap and go. Ah, right. So Innovis this morning announced that they've landed a contract with Volkswagen. And Qrteb SE selected Innovis as direct LiDAR supplier for the segment of automated vehicles within the Volkswagen brand. So, good catalyst. Another one for the watch list. Alright, good. I'm running out of room on the watch list. I think I'm going to have to change my clock from a analog to digital so I can actually make room for more. Yeah, it's below my threshold, but applied DNA science, a monkeypox PCR test was the catalyst for this moving up. However, for people that are regular to my stream, you'll know I don't like to trade anything less than $3, and I never trade anything less than $2. So whilst this is, and I filter off my scanners because if I'm not going to trade it, there's no point. So I filter off my scanners anything that's under $2. So if you're interested in, and it's not great, it's not exactly huge volume, sorry, volatility right now. So I had good volume on this move here, but it's died out a little bit. So watch for the bell. We've not got long to wait. We've got 4 minutes. We're moving back up here. So we're looking for the test of $11. Then we're looking for 11.50. So the quarter, half, and whole dollars are going to be significant on this one as well. And it's $12 and $12.25, and then we've got $13.25. Yeah, so we've got key levels. If it breaks $11, it could be interesting. What I'm watching into the open is Amtd. There are some other movers. If there's something else that you prefer to watch at the open, let me know. If there's rather than Amtd, if we have a general, I'll be democratic today. If there is more people want to watch something else rather than Amtd, let me know. And if I'm not trading something, we'll watch that instead. I didn't feed the dog. Nobody reminded me to feed the dog. Yeah, cool. nearly 4,000 likes. You might get 2 treats today. Here you go. There you go. We're good to go. You enjoy that treat. Yeah, of course, there's thank you. So if you look at the 5 minute, getting this consolidation right here, so $11 could be interesting. That's okay, and I do that all the time. I've got six charts on my on the screen over here that are off my watch list, and I have to double check sometimes. I'm like, well, I didn't see that move, and then it's a different. If it's moving very similar to something I'm trading, and then I see it move up, I'm like, I missed it, and then I realise it's not the stock that I'm trading. I do that all the time. Well, firstly, she is already fat and it's spoiled, mostly by you guys on the stream, so thanks for that, spoiling my dog. A group prayer for PGY. If you're still stuck in it, Ian, I think you might be in good shape, because I think PGY is probably you might get $35 out of this today, possibly, maybe even more. You could get 40, 25, 30% move up. If it moves in the right direction. We've got TripAdvisor. There's nothing to report there until we get some volume in. HKD or AMT Digital, nothing more to report other than the spreads narrowing. So now we've got 50. So the spreads are ranging. Wow, the spreads on these are ranging between $130. Where's it out? HKD spreads are ranging between $15 and $130 as we came into the open. So let's see what we get here. We got in for the break of $11. I was a bit slow to the trigger, but let's see what happens. There we go. Bring my average down. There we go, just took 3,000 off that move. $3,000. I'm over 10k for the day. And just going to put a 50-cent trailing stop on this one. Got a 50-cent trailing stop. We've got a halt here at 14.57 on the upside, so we're way off that. I just got stopped out there. They're like $15,000. We're $6,000 up. I've just made $9,000 in the first 3 minutes. So wow, That's what we call gap and go, guys. And this is why I didn't mind this pullback, because it stayed above the VWAP and still looked strong. So I was waiting for that breakout above $11. As I say, that $11 was a key level. So I entered there, doubled my position, took some profits at the whole dollar level of 12, and then we got stopped out for 12.25. So it's pulling back now, but that was a classic gap and go, guys. Now it's pullback. Watch for this pullback, which is why you need to put stocks in place, trailing stocks if you can. To take advantage of the moves. Now this is going to be extremely volatile, but you know, already had a good day today. 15 grand on any given day is a good day. You can, Nicole. Of course, you need. I recommend at least $5,000 to deposit into your brokerage account. So you need to save up and make sure that you've got $5,000 that you can afford to lose in the event that you do lose it. But ideally, I mean, I teach people how to do this on a daily basis. So that was a lovely pop out of the blocks. Now we've got this halt down, I think 945. Yeah, this is halted down. So this volatility halt down. This will be stopped for the next 5 minutes. We've got a lovely opening range, so $13 to $9.50. So there's an opening range there to trade in. Once it breaks one of the others, so if it, what are we looking at? I'm not seeing any price action in terms of. There we go. How did you lose 30k? Well, let's not go into that, Nicole. Most people lose money, Nicola. So it's nothing to be ashamed of if you've lost money. Most people lose money when they get into the markets. There's lots of reasons why, but the three main reasons are: one, they approach the market with a gambling mindset, so think it's like a casino. And if you approach it like a casino, it's going to treat you like a casino does. It's going to take your money off you. It'll tease you with little wins, and you think you just got it. You think that you've got it figured out, and then it'll take your money off you. Most traders blow up at least one account. I've blown up my account 3 times. So when I first started trading, I almost blew it up in May, but that was just out of my own pure ignorance. Most traders lose money. Reason number 2 why they lose money is they don't have a strategy. They don't know what they're doing. So they watch somebody like me on the internet that's actually studied and learned how to do this properly, taken the time to submerge themselves in it and learned how to do it properly. It's a career path like any other job. You wouldn't go into a dentist, see a guy, or watch a documentary about dentists on Discovery Channel or something, think, oh, that's easy, then walk into a dentist office and think that you can be a dentist. Same thing, you wouldn't walk onto a building site, pick up a brick and say, oh, well, I can build this wall for you, no problem. Although I have seen people try that, usually to terrible results. So learn how to do it. A lot of people, they lose money because they approach the market without a strategy, without really knowing what they're doing. Okay? And the third reason is people don't know how to manage the risk. They will adjust the trade, they will adjust the plan to accommodate the trade. So you go into a trade, you always have it planned out in your head or documented. If you actually take time to document the trade before you enter and write it down, you've more chance of being disciplined about it, believe it or not. It will mean that you're not jumping into trades impulsively because you're actually documenting your take profit, your target, if you will, and you're documenting your stop loss before you get in. And when you get in, you already know that that's there and you'll be a bit more disciplined about it. So discipline or risk management is probably the single biggest principle you need to master to be profitable. Have a documented, proven trading strategy that works for you. And don't gamble. Do not gamble. If you're gambling, like the likes of trading HKD is gambling right now. Where is it? So HKD, the spreads on this is halted downwards, but the spreads were like anywhere between $130 and $15 on HKD. It's down at 811 from 950 today. So just got to a range of 953 to 811 on HKD. AMT Digital, yeah. There's a lot of halts. This volatility is back, baby. We love volatility. As day traders, this is our forte. This is what we live for. This kind of volatility. We've got PGY for Gaia is halted to the downside, heavy downside. We've got AMTD halted to the downside. We've got Qrteb retail halted to the upside. Where is it? Just resumed. Now it's halted to the downside. Just massive flush. So you got a false halt, and then the halt level moved, and it flushed down. So that's Qrteb retail. And sometimes what I would say is that for new traders, don't trade the first 5 minutes. Don't just watch for the first 5 to 10 minutes. This is the most volatile period of the market. This is the most volatile period of the trading day. So just watch it. If the volatility scares you and you can't be patient with your trade, don't trade the first 5-10 minutes. Wait for 10-15 minutes in, where you've still got a lot of volume, still volatility, but it's a little easier to manage and a little easier to do. So AMTD, I'll change my scanners over. I'm surprised you guys haven't even noticed that the scanners are on pre-market. There's usually somebody reminds me. I can smell nice food. My own treat. This is halting to the downside again, AMTD. Watch, so many gearbacks halted down. Gaia halted down. We've had Virax Labs did a volatility halt earlier. Qrteb halted down. Tough Built, no halts on Tough Built yet from what I can see. But the volatility is back, guys. Big time. HKD. Oh, that looks like a double top to me. HKD coming down like a stone. Getty Images. This might come back down to where at 32.50, 32, before moving back up. A bit of a double bottom on the 1 minute, forming there, but potential double bottom, should I say. It comes back down below 33, maybe 30, 32.50. Look for a move back up. Innoviz, that sold off at the open. Liberty TripAdvisor halted down. AMTD. Look at the volatility on this bugger. Wouldn't have liked to have been caught in this flush down here. Gaia. It's coming, pulling further back. Oh, this is exciting, guys. This really is exciting. First min, you verify. You've got to do it. This is the whole point. If you see the volume coming in, and that's the thing. If you see the volume coming in, you've got to take advantage of it. See the move up. You wait. You've got, again, going back to what I was saying earlier, Jack, about have your trade planned out ahead. I was looking at I've even marked it out pre-market. I was looking at this key level of $11. I've got it marked at $10.99, but $11. And as we broke below $11, it was very relevant. Rejected as a resistance, used as a support. The whole dollar of 11. So as it broke $11, that's when I got in, and I got in big. And you can usually get in big, so I took 5,000, and then when it started to move back up, I added to another 5,000, took profits at the whole dollar, so half the position off at the whole dollar, and then I put my trailing stop in place. So as it moved up towards $13 and pulled back, I got out for a nice profit. So that's what it is. I do use interactive brokers, but not for day trading. I have used interactive brokers for day trading, but I use Capital Markets Elite Group for day trading. They just give me more leverage. They give me more margin leverage. And look, it comes with the territory, Ian. If you're risk averse, day trading isn't for you, quite simply. Absolutely, the stop loss saved me, because that was a big flush back down, and that's why I say that you want to put stop losses in place. You want to be using trailing stop losses if it's a fast moving stock. Yeah. But back to yourself's state of mind. Interactive brokers, I've got more of my equity with interactive than I have with capital markets, but I day trade with capital markets. I've got my swing trading, I've got my retirement account with interactive, I've got my long-term portfolio with interactive. If I trade options, I'll do that with interactive. So yes, I use interactive brokers. I don't recommend interactive brokers for anybody day trading. Something that I've learned since Brexit, interactive brokers in the UK is now subject to the pattern day trading rule. Even though it's not in the US, you will be subject to the pattern day trading rule if you use interactive brokers in the UK. So just be wary of that. Yes, you need $25,000 worth of equity position to trade on to day trade on a margin account. Now, if you can convert your account to a cash only account. You trade as much as you want with the cash only account, with the caveat that you're then subject to the T+2 settlement. So trade plus 2 days. So if you trade something today on a cash account, it will settle on Thursday. So then you've got Wednesday and Thursday. So then you're effectively only trading every other day, or you trade half your equity today, half your equity tomorrow, and alternate it. Alternatively, you can have two accounts with interactive brokers, and you put half of your equity in one and half of your equity in the other, and you just switch between the two on a daily basis. That's another way of doing it. Personally, I would prefer to just trade with an offshore broker like Capital Markets Elite Group, and you don't have those issues. Well, buying the dip here, waiting for it to break above, I'm waiting for it to close above $10. So will it continue to sell? Possibly. If on the 5-minute we get a candle breaks a new low, which we're very close to. So let's have a look on the 5-minute for you guys on TikTok. There we go. So this is looking very bearish now. We've just broke lows. So we had this opening range, the first 10 minutes opening range, and we just broke the low of that. So AMTD right now is it's done for me until it breaks back above the VWAP. So the VWAP is currently at 985. So 985, I'll say $10. If it gets back above $10, I'm interested. Qrteb is, hang on a minute, HKD, and so just to put this into perspective, one of the reasons why AMTD moved up so big is because of what happened on Friday and yesterday with its sister company, Amtd Digital, also known or trading under the ticker HKD. Now, if you look at HKD on the 15-minute, you can see this yesterday, it moved up huge amounts, up to over $900. It moved up again at the open up to $950. So that's why we got a big spike up on AMTD as well at the open, then sold off. So this is selling off, which is driving interest away from AMTD So as long as HKD sells off, you can pretty much bet that AMTD will follow suit. It's trading in sympathy with this particular move here. Now this move here is a double top, which is bearish, so I'm expecting this to come back down towards 550, 500, 550 at least on very volatile moves. This is currently halted, but as long as this is moving in a downwards trajectory, I would say you can expect that AMTD idea group will also move in a downwards trajectory also. But just be wary if something's trading in sympathy with another stock, to keep an eye on that other stock, because if that decides to flush one way or rally the other way, that's going to affect the price action that you're trading. Just a little tip there. Why did I mark $11? Because it was a confirmed support level. It's the whole dollar level first and foremost. You've got this, as it pulled back, it bounced on $11. It bounced again at $11. Now you've got to understand that support and resistance isn't to the exact cent, it's a range. So you can see here that we get multiple tests of this $11 area. If I put this on the 5-minute, you can see $11 is a key area. Even when it pulled back here, it pulled back to $11, $11. So when it broke $11, it then started treating it as resistance. $11. You've got to be able to, again, this is something that I teach, Jack, is learn to spot areas of support and resistance, and you've got to be wary of those areas of support and resistance. 98% up on Roku, Matt. Well done. Let's have a look at Roku. Wow, nice move. A little bit more expensive than I usually trade, but yeah, good for you, buddy. Up 4% on the day, depending on your position. Let's have a look at Geovax. Ouch, that was dead cat bounce maybe. That's a huge flush down, and the gap down there. So this halted into a volatility halt southwards, but then it resumed here, a little bit of a bounce, and then moved back up. So a good 30-cent bounce on that first minute. A good 50-cent bounce in total. Now it's pulling further back down. So Geovax not looking the strongest right now. Bit of a bit of a bull trap, that one. So we're getting a bit of a consolidation around the $9 mark. Just be careful with this until we get a resumption on HKD. I'll be wary of watching this. This might be a double bottom, potentially. But I'll be wary of this. If we get bearish action on HKD, we might get a sympathy bearish movement on AMTD. So just be careful with that, guys. Let's have a look at what else is moving. Faraday. I called Faraday out in the Discord like before we were trading, about 7 o'clock market time. Revlon's moving up as well. Faraday's having a good day. It's moving up. It's at 280s now. So nice little pullback. This is a lovely little pullback. Revlon. What happened then? So Revlon is looking interesting. Got pre-market high of 989, which is going to be key. It's a nice breakout there for the break of 940. It's a 990 pre-market high. Yesterday's high was 990. Well, that's a key level. And the high back in June was 989. So 990 is a key level. If it breaks $10, happy days. we've got resistance at this $10 level. Big resistance at this $10 level with Revlon. Needs to break $10. Who do you trade with? Platform. So this platform is DAS Trader. Vance. This is called DAS Trader Pro. This is the platform. But I'm trading with Capital Markets Elite Group is the broker. Now this is the Capital Markets Elite own version. It's their white label version of DAS Trader. It's exactly the same thing, but they've rebranded it. They've rebranded it themselves. So they call it Traders Elite Pro as opposed to DAS Trader Pro. LTRBP. So TripAdvisor, we got rejected at 9.90 again on Revlon. So I'm not trading that until it gets over $10. Is it shortable? Not shortable. Let's go to TripAdvisor. No. I'm not even attempting to trade that. Volume, it's just too risky. Volume's just not there. HKD still pulling back. Very low volume. So if this starts to make a move north, then watch AMTD make a move north with it. So this will just kind of consolidate whilst HKD is consolidating. Oh, do you know what? I don't have to trade anymore today. 15 grand. I'll wait for the absolute spot on entries. Revlon making another attempt at 9.90. Got rejected yesterday at 9.90. It got rejected back in June at 9.90. Was struggling at 10 back in February, March. So this $10 level, this $10 area is a key level for Revlon. So Qrteb, let's have a look at Qrteb. It's down at $15-ish, 14 plus change. Yes, actually, no, it doesn't work that way with Matt. So Qrteb A class shares, sometimes they will move in the opposite direction of Qrteb B. It makes no sense, I know, but it does. So if you look at Qrteb B is actually selling off right now. Let's have a look at Qrteb A is rallying. So look at that. So Qrteb A, sometimes the inverse of Qrteb B, but yesterday both of them rallied. Both of them moved up. Don't go, Ian. But where do you think I'm going to? I'm not going anywhere. Not yet, at least. Right, did I update my YouTube stream correctly? Yes, I did. That's fine. No problem. Okay, guys, is there anything that you want to take a look at whilst I'm waiting for a setup? She's had one of the treats, yes. If we get to 6,000, I'll give her another one. We've got half an hour before we end the stream. If we get to 6,000, I'll give her another one. Okay, so we're back above the VWAP now. AMTD, we're getting moves up on HKD, which a bit in the bullish. You've got a green candle on HKD, which is signifying why we're getting a nice bullish momentum here. So now above $10. So if we hold above the VWAP, bit of a VWAP bounce, break $10, and then move to the upside, maybe test that $11 area again. Uber slightly up, very choppy. It's sold off at the open, some profit takers, but it's back up at the levels that it was at. So $28, 28.20s at Uber. Very, very choppy. Not great volume for Uber. It's quite a substantial size float, so you know, relatively speaking, it's not huge volume for Uber. It's currently 15% up on the day. Let's have a look. What does it normally trade at? Uber. Yeah, so it's pretty much even. So it normally trades at 35 million shares, and it's at 35 million shares. So it's slightly up on in terms of relative volume. But that's to be expected. It's earnings day for Uber. So Uber is at 28.30s. Broke the VWAP. 5-cent spreads. Taking 2,500 shares right now. I'm going to put a $0.30 trailing stop on there. $0.10 spreads. 1 cent. Yeah, so the spreads are quite rangy. Just got stopped out on that one. Yeah, I lost 20 cents on that one. Or $500. Yeah, I can go through the scanner setup for you. That's Pinterest having a good day today. Oh, it was the last time I looked. Sold off at the open, so maybe it's not having such a good day anymore, but it sold off at the open, still maintained the most of its gains it made after hours yesterday. It had a really good rally. I think it was earnings. Did it have earnings yesterday, Pinterest? I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Yesterday after hours it had earnings and it just rallied up. So if you look at it on the 15 minutes, Pinterest rallied up on the earnings and it's pretty sideways since then. So it went from $20 up to $24 and it's now $23. You know, give or take a bit of change. So Pinterest having a good day, but it's downwards trending right now. How's the wider market looking? Come on, Spy. Let's have a look on the 5 minute where you are. So it opened up slightly down, sideways, choppy sideways, not really doing anything. The Nasdaq again sideways choppy, not really doing anything. This is what I called out earlier. I expected the wider markets just to be maybe a little bit red, cross the green line a couple of times across the course of the day, but it's going to be very sideways. Not much movement from where they open, so I didn't expect that would be the case today. So that's the markets. Back to the 1 minute. Yeah, it's not time yet, baby. You've got half an hour. Take you out in half an hour. There's a good girl. So Pagaya back up above $30, back in the green on the day, but not really showing the kind of volatility yet that it's shown on previous days. And I say yet because Pagaya over the last week has really come to life about 11 o'clock market time. So we've got probably an hour before Pagaya will come to life as such. And let's have a look at AMTD. So surprised this hasn't moved up because we're now up at 870 on HKD. So HKD, which is I say we're up at 870, we're actually down at 750 as well. So 842 on the ask, 751 on. There's over $100 spread on HKD. This is well dodge. I'd rather trade this one. Okay, so my scanner set up right now. So here's my scanners. I've got right here for Benzinga. So this is my scan. Someone asked for my scanner setup. So this is I've got this set up based on the movers across the whole day. It's sorted by percentage move. Now I can go here. This is Benzinga, by the way. So I can go here and I can just click on AMTD and it brings a pop-up, and this pop-up will tell me pretty much everything I need to know about AMTD. It'll tell me if there's a particular catalyst. I can see all that down there. I can go into a bit more detail. It shows me the chart. I can go in, see if there's any specific news. I can check the calendar for when the earnings are. So this has got earnings at on the 21st of last month, or had earnings on the 21st of last month. And then we can go into key data. We can see, you know, how many shares there are. It's not got the float size because hell knows why, but or the short interest. So that's just as I say, click on any of those and get that up. I've got this one is my gap scanner. Here I've got my momentum scanner. So this is based on the last 15 minutes, what has moved and what has moved the most over the last 15 minutes. You can see that TripAdvisor is the one that's moved the most, followed by Applied DNA. And Applied DNA has got a good catalyst today, so I'll take a look at that in a minute. Qrteb retail is coming up on the inside. And then I've got my momentum scanners here, so surging scanners. So a similar sort of thing, how much it's moved over the last 5 minutes. Are we getting a surge? And this is exactly the same information, but sorted by volume. So where is the volume over the last 5 minutes? Down here, I've got my rolling news ticker. So this is news as it's breaking. It comes out and I see what's actually happening. So you can see there, it's just dropped. Another news, First Solar's return on invested capital insight. So you can see, and you can actually look for one of these tickers. If you can see a news catalyst drops, you can watch these news tickers just as if it's going to affect the price action. And then I've got my signals, and you can configure these signals how you want, and they're in real time. So you get spikes up, nuggets spiking up, which is a gold ETF. You can get price spikes, you can get options activity, you can get I've got this for volatility halts. If there's a block trade goes through, opening gap, obviously I'm looking at opening gaps anyway, so I know I've got gap scanners, so I know what it is. High of day, low of day. If I click that, you can see session high, day high series, 52-week high, and same thing with low, session low, day high, day low series, 52-week series. So that's the scanners as I've got them set up. You can configure them; they're perfectly configurable. You can configure them how you want to. This is so that's the stream that you're watching most of the time. This is my watch list on the same screen. Here I've got the action. This is my trading setup, and then we've got the montage and things that you can see, time in sales, and then over here is what I'm just doing. So this is that's the chat screen that I've got. So that's just my setup on a daily basis. So let's go back to that. So I hope that helped Shabadoo. Oh, Fleming. Pawn bloody robots that jumping on my YouTube chat and I didn't see it. Okay, so that's my setup, and the Benzinga's great. Benzinga's fantastic. That's where I get all of my ideas from originally. So I might occasionally trade a former runner that I was trading yesterday. I'll keep it on the scan, keep it on my watch list, even though it doesn't hit the scanners, and I'll trade the momentum from it. So Revlon coming up. I've just watched Revlon, which is not hitting the scanners, but I just sort of saw that it's just broke out on my watch list charts. So I want a pullback now. It would have been great. This little pullback here would have been great for the break of $10. So it's Revlon has broke $10. That was the key level that I was going to be interested in, because it had been rejected at that level so many times before over the last year or so. Applied DNA is going mad. IMPDN. Okay. Yeah. So this is up at 263, halted up. What does it mean now for Revlon? It means that we've broke above the resistance level. So if it holds above $10, let me have a look at what I'm seeing upon trading view, because I can get a bigger, I can get a longer look at this. Rev, put it on the daily. This is what I use trading view for. So we're up there. So $10 is a key level. After that, we've got $10.50, $11 key levels, $12.35, $13.50. I'm just looking at it on the daily chart over the last 2 years, and looking at key levels for Revlon. So that's what it means. You just look at the day. Why I look at the 60-minute and the hourly chart is so I can spot support areas and resistance areas that have worked out in the past. What I don't do, Qrteb, my goodness, look at the breakout for Qrteb. Now the question is, do we break $20 here? Yes, we do. Big spreads. Great retail. Come to life. Range on this is humongous. So we're $1.50 down. I don't really like the risk on this because the spreads are big. like 30-40 cents. I got in at the top there like an idiot, chasing it. So 2104 is the halt. Back above 20. We've got 2059 then, which is pretty much where I'm entered. Up at 21. Huge spread. A whole dollar there then. Come on, don't be doing that to me. Don't like the spreads on this now. I'm risking too much just to make too little when I'm already up on the day. So there's no need for me to be risking this kind of level of. I'm not going to be making 10k on this. I'm risking 10k to make what, 2 grand maybe. Not worth it. Five to 1 against in terms of risk reward. Probably not worth it. Range on Qrteb when it moved yesterday was brilliant. It was just volatility on this is huge though. Probably just get out small profit if I can. Went up to 2150s, 2160s then, and they didn't take the bid with it. Caught between the spreads right now, 21 on the ask, 2117 on the ask, and 2025 on the bid. So I'm caught between the spreads right now. Get out. 3200 on that, just by being patient. How much is Benzinga? Benzinga, it's the list price. If you go on a monthly package, it's $177 a month for the essential package, which if you're not trading options, you don't need the big option mentorship package. It's about $177 for the main package. That's the list price. However, if you check my link tree, you use DTWT35, you can get 35% off for life. I would test it out for 14 days for free. Use the link in my link tree, and you can test it out for. Why would the stock be halted 4 times in a row? Simply because it moves so volatile. If it moves a certain percentage in a certain length of time, it gets halted. And if it continues to move that certain percentage of where it's actually at, in another, it gets halted. It can continue to keep getting halted all day long. There's no limit to how many times it can get halted during the open session. So Benzinga, going back to Benzinga, Ian, it's I paid, I think my subscription is about $97 a month for life. Now you can get it cheaper by going with longer subscriptions. You can go for a 3-month or an annual subscription as well, and they give you discounts as well on top of that. But you get, with my code, you'll get 35% off any package, whether it's monthly, quarterly, or annually. You can get the 35% off. So Benzinga's brilliant. No, DTWT 35, Michael. Day trade with Tony 35 for the 35% off. So that was a rush. I risked $10,000 to make $3,000. That's a 3-to-1 against risk reward, risk versus reward. That's not great risk management. Yeah, so Revlon flushed into a downwards halt. No, it's not halted. False halt. It's on high volume. If it'd done that on low volume, then it could have been worth buying the dip. But it's done it on fairly high volume. But if it gets back above 10, it might be worth buying the dip here. Yeah, I'll leave that. Look, I'm $18,000 up on the day. I'm not tempting fate too much. I'm kind of trying to be disciplined here, guys, and not give back to the market like I did yesterday. I gave back $9,000 after being $29,000 up on the day. So, you know, there you go, Michael. DTWT25. That's the code for Benzinga if you want to get 35% off. And that you get even more. The longer the package, the more discount you get, but it's at least 35%. Yeah, so Qrteb retail, I'll probably take a look at that again later. Let's have a look at TripAdvisor. Just for entertainment and education purposes only. TripAdvisor up at 74.70s. Well, we've had a good day, guys. We've had a really good day. We're 40 minutes in, so 10 minutes left. How did last month end for me, Gits? Well, let me show you. I'll show you directly. Let's So this is, I'll pull this across. Hang on a minute before I do that. Let's just, give me a second. I want to sign into my TraderView account before I show it. Okay, I'll pull this across. Let's do that again. Let's try that again, guys. Okay, so here we are. I'll pull this across for the YouTube folks that you've probably seen this already. But you can see that this is my, so let's go into July. No, yesterday was August, wasn't it? So August, we did 22,000, just over 22,000 profit. But as you can see, that my last red day was the 18th of July. So we had 10 in a row. We've got another one today to add to that. So 11, so 3 more days, and I'll have equaled my longest green streak, which was from the 24th of May through to the 13th of June. But what does this mean? Okay, well, how was July? Well, based on the fact that we had a great day on Friday, we did nearly 14,000 on Friday. My second best ever trading month was June, 162,000. And then Friday comes along and takes me to 163,000. So we're extremely happy with how we finished July. It was a great month. This is total trade profit. It doesn't include any transaction fees or commissions, etc., etc. But what I'm really happy about right now. So this is based on the year. So I set myself a daily goal of $5,000. So my average daily goal across the year is 5,150. I'm well on track for that seven-figure year, and it's seven figures net profit is what I'm looking for. So I'm well on track for a 1.2 trade profit, but seven figures is what I'm looking for, because you can see here after 7 months and 1 day we're at 730,000, 732,000 is a closer description. So across the course of the year, my accuracy is 69%. So this is a little better than 2 to 1 in terms of my trade accuracy. This is across the course of the year. I'll put win-loss expectation down here. My risk versus reward is very similar. So 1.3 versus 600k is about just a little bit better than 2 to 1. So you can see straight away that 2 to 1, the magical golden ratio is prevalent across my trading. I'm holding my average trade. My trades I'm holding them a little over an hour across the course of the year, yeah, that's where we are at the moment. Now, for those of you wanting to know what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and where they can learn, you go into my profile and see this the TikTok trader link. It says Linktree TikTok trader. You go in there. If you get this splash screen, just go through. More often than not, it will take you straight through to this area here. If you get this is the Linktree. You can reach out to me directly on my socials, so Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Just message me directly if you want to. You can make sure you go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a lot of good educational content there as well for free. You can email me if you want to. If you want to learn how to trade and you're a beginner trader, this is a great course for you. The first link in the thing is Day Trade with Tony, i.e. me. Come join me. We've got a great community. We've got a private Discord that we do mentoring, and we build up a nice community across the course of every single trading day. So it's not just me. Everybody in the community is actually calling out what they're seeing and calling out the gains that they're making and how profitable that they're making. So it's a really good community on the Discord that we're getting as well. But this is the course that you're getting right now until the end of August as well. You're getting a swing trade course as well. So I'm going to be breaking that out as a separate course at the end of this month, and you'll be able to buy that yourself or add it to the day trading course. If you're unsure and you want to know what it's all about, just go to my YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to it and check out the introduction to trading video on my YouTube channel. It's effectively the first lesson of the course. It's an hour-long lecture, and if you do that, then you've got the full curriculum here, so that you can come back and check. There's a lot of best-selling books and e-books that you can get as well with this, that you do get with this. It costs $150 a month. If it's too much, it's not aimed at you. Don't get upset. Don't come after me. It's aimed at people that can afford to trade. If you can't afford $150 a month, you can't afford to day trade anyway. So don't get et up about that. Okay? It's a little bit cheaper if you go for 3 months or an annual plan as well. Most people, they go for a monthly plan, but they stick around for 3 months because that's how long it takes for them to actually learn the principles and the strategies that I'm teaching. If you want to scroll down, you can actually get my profitability, my trader view stats, my brokers, 6 months of trader view stats and broker reports here that show I'm profitable, consistently profitable. So you're learning from somebody, one of the top 15% traders in the world, because 85%, excuse me, 85% of people that get into day trading lose money, and it actually goes up to 95% if you include all instruments, which are the likes of forex, crypto, futures, commodities. If you include everything, it's more than 95% of people lose money. So I'm one of the top 5% of traders in the world because I consistently make money, and that's not just me blowing my trumpet. Those are just the statistics. One was on about earlier, Benzinga, the second. Yes, you would sound a fun. I'll come back to you in a second. The second one, someone asking about Benzinga. The second link on my link tree or in the description on YouTube is Benzinga. Start a free trial for just having an email address. You don't need a credit card. You don't need to sign up and cancel it. You just start your free trial, 14 days. If you like it, then use the code DTWT35 to get 35% off. You can go for a monthly plan, you can go for an annual plan, a quarterly plan, whatever, it's up to you, okay? TraderView Trading Journal, we've just been talking about my stats. This is TraderView. You log all your stats. It's a freemium service, so you can log up to 100 trades a month for free and get all the stats and analysis with that as well, which is, quite good. If you're not an active day trader, then, check it out. It's really really useful. People asking what platform I'm trading on. It's this one with the lightning bolt, the green and gold with the lightning bolt. It is Dash Trader Pro. I'm actually using an OEM version of Dash Trader with Capital Markets Elite Group at the moment, which is called Traders Elite Pro. But this is exactly the same software. It's just branded specifically for Capital Markets Elite Group. And I also look at TradingView, and if you're wanting to learn how to chart and read charts, just download TradingView for free. TradingView is a great charting tool. It's a great charting platform. You've got all of the indicators that you want on there, real-time market data. It's all for free. It's a great tool. So that is essentially me ready to sign off for the day. $18,000 in profit. So I'm going to take the dog for a walk. I'll be back for Power Hour later. The question is, will I be trading or will I have my montage locked? It depends totally on the action for the day. And yes. So I will just get rid of this bot on YouTube. Okay. So sound of fun. If you want to keep trading on your ISA account, it doesn't matter if you're trading on margin. An ISA account is just the same as a cash account. So it's not so much trading on margin or trading with a cash account is irrelevant. The principles to profitable trading is about your buying power. Now, if you've got an ISA or a cash account, you've just got less buying power for the same equity as you would have with a margin account. And that's all. So I always talk about buying power when we start talking about goals and what you should be setting as profit goals for the day or max loss for the day. Look at it as buying power, and that way it's transferable across cash, ISA, retirement, or SIP. In the UK, that's IRA in across the pond, if you struggling with profitability, struggling with stock selection, yeah, the course can help you. It should be able to help you. There's no guarantee of profitability. That's all down to you. You have to be disciplined. You have to stick to the principles and stick to the strategies, which is easier said than done. And I've shown live on stream that even I'm fallible when it comes to, ditching the trading plan and ditching the strategy and succumb to FOMO and things like that. And it's just not as easy as you think it should be. So HKD is selling off. AMTD also selling off. So Yeah, we're down at 760s now. Qrate. Can you trade through a program? So 212, you should be able to trade with an alternative program. I don't know if you can trade with Dash Trader, but if you most brokers have an API, and if you've got an API, it usually allows you to sync in with a Dash Trader or a Sterling Trader or a TC2000 or something like that, a direct market access platform. So if you email your support team in 212 and ask them, do they support trading on Dash Trader Pro? And if they do, they'll give you the APIs and tell you how to set it up. And then you can get in touch with Dash Trader Pro and take out a subscription with them and do it that way. What size account for this? Catchy name 79. I start every month with a $30,000 account. At the end of each month, I withdraw all the gains, all the profits I've made on the month. So if I'm averaging $100,000 a month this year over the last 7 months, that's my average, just a little over $100,000, and I'm starting every day with $30,000. That means I'm making $70,000 a month off a $30,000 equity. So I'm actually making what's that? 230% gains consistently on a monthly basis. But that's what I'm doing. So what size account? I'm using a $30,000 account. For those kind of gains, what I would recommend is $5,000 or more is what I would recommend. You can do it from about $2,500. Less than that, it becomes very difficult depending on your broker, because if you're going to be incurring commission charges, you've got to understand that if you've got a low buying power and your expectation should be about 1% of your buying power per day. That should be a target. That should be an average target that you're looking for. So right now, my buying power is with a $50,000 equity, I have a little over 300,000. So my expectation should be that I can make $3,000 a day off a $300,000 buying power, which clearly I'm doing. I'm doing more than that. So averaging, if I've got a $30,000 account starting the month, $180,000 worth of buying power, I should be looking at a minute, targeting myself on $1,800 a day or $2,000 a day. If you take whatever your buying power is, so that's if you're in a margin account, that's your equity position multiplied by your leverage. Or it's if you're in a cash or savings or retirement account, it's just your equity position in there. Then you take that and 1% should be your gain. So if you've got a $2,500 cash account, or then you're looking at a $25 gain per day. So the smaller your account, your expectation should be smaller. Is what I'm saying. So if you're taking a $5,000 account, you're looking at $50 gains per day, $5,000 buying power. If you're trading with a broker that gives you 4 times leverage, you might be looking at $200. Now, don't get me wrong, $200 is not a bad earnings on a daily basis. That's $1,000 a week. That's 50 grand a year. So I get 6 times leverage with, well, I get up to 6 times leverage with Capital Markets Elite Group. I don't get any leverage on it's 1-to-1. It's like a cash account on stocks less than $5. But anything above $5 is I get 6 times leverage. So simulator, you can get Dash Trader. You can subscribe to Dash Trader and as a simulator, or you can use TradingView for free. Now it's not the best, but if you're just starting out and you're just learning, use TradingView. You can get a simulator in TradingView that's paper trading, and you can do that for free. So, you know, I use Dash Trader to trade, so I would recommend if you're going to be using Dash Trader to trade, you trade with a Dash Trader simulator. Every broker has a simulator. They will give you a paper trading account with your account. So as long as you've got enough money in there to pay for the data fees, if you're with Interactive Brokers, for example, not Interactive Brokers UK, because you'll be pattern day trading rule. But if you're with Interactive Brokers, TWS is their platform, and they'll give you a paper trading account, providing you're paying the subscription for the data fees. Most brokers will charge you a subscription for the data plan, which it's just a pass through off the markets. So whatever you plan on trading with, use that as your paper trading or simulator account. If you're not sure, then by all means try Dash Trader and configure it. Email me directly if you do go with Dash Trader and you want some help getting it set up. I can let you have my desktop files which gives you the hot buttons and hotkeys and everything else, and the chart setups and chart layouts as well. So if you want to do it that way, I'm happy to help. Okay. All that being said, I'm going to take this little munchkin for a walk. Did we get? Yeah, well, we got to 6,000. We certainly did. So she'll get another treat now, and she'll go for a walk. So I'll catch you guys for Power Hour. If you're unsure what Power Hour is, most of you guys know anyway, but if you're unsure what Power Hour is, it's the last hour of the market where we get a little bit more volume comes back into the market after the lull of the midday, and it'll be from 3 p.m. market time, which will be 8 p.m. here in Dublin or anywhere in the UK. That'll be 9 p.m. on the continent of Europe. I'll be back for Power Hour, and I'll see you then. Catch you later, guys. Have a good rest of your day.